What did he say? I wasn't for sure I wasn't coming, or
We said you weren't coming yesterday, and he was right about that.
did he say I was coming today? Was he right about that?
I didn't even ask him.
Yeah, fuck Mr. Predictor, whatever he says. We're
Yeah,
doing it our own way.
If you don't like the answer, stop asking the question.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. How's it going? First Friday, right?
First Friday? Yep. Andrew just got back from the Dollar Tree, so it's Thrifty Thursday for him.
Thrifty Thursday. Nice. Sorry, I just did a burp. That was like...
Well, that's okay.
That's a bit naughty.
I can't even smell it.
Do you want to know what I had for lunch? So delicious.
Oh, I'd love to know what you had for lunch.
Poached eggs on a bed of farro and grilled vegetables, and then drizzled over with truffle oil and some grated Parmesan cheese. Mwah.
Do you know what I want? Do you want to know what I had for lunch?
A spam popsicle.
I had a little slice of salami and some Irish cheddar cheese, a few crackers, and some roast beef from Costco. And here you go, the fart machine for you.
Yeah. Well, is that a fart combo? What you just ate?
I don't think so. Keys is saying, so when comedy shows come back, are the audience members going to have to report in, like taking attendance? Yes, I'm going to insist on attendance and also assign seats, Keys. And I haven't decided yet if people are going to be seated by age or IQ, and or height. I don't know. We're going to separate the men and women. I'm not sure.
Oh, we're not going to go orthodox on it. Someone said this is a par 4 hat. Now, a par 4 golf course, a par 4 hole.
It's a par 4 hole, on a golf course.
Yeah. Par 4 if you're lucky. Probably not if you're me. This is not a golfing hat. So
it's a nice hat.
Rachel wants to, now they've heard about our lunch, what's for dinner?
Rachel,
you're
going to the grocery store.
I'm going to the grocery store, so hopefully I get inspired when I'm there. Because, goodness gracio, what is going to be for dinner? I've been having a very uninspired time, actually, with the cooking, I have to say. Because I've made all my other recipes a million times. You guys don't like that salmon that I made with the bok choy and the oyster sauce. I thought it was delicious, but you and Fanula were like, ugh.
So, no, I'm hoping for something a bit heartier. Mike, Mike, it's good to see you today. You're saying you're hoping to open up March 18th at Giggles in a tent. Count me in. I'd love to get out to the Boston area. A friend of mine has moved back there. He started out there, Gary Peterson. He's a very funny guy. And I'm just dropping his name to you, but also expressing to you my desire to come there and work.
Gary
possibly.
Peterson, he's the good friend, right? As well as being
Gary
funny.
Peterson is the good friend.
Yeah, he's a good friend. Yeah. Should we tell him why he's a good friend?
No, we should not.
Top secret.
Bob used to wear a hat like that when he was a caddy.
Oh, I see. So you know what happened was I had these air points with Air New Zealand, and if you don't spend them, you lose them. And so I was looking through the Air New Zealand store thinking, could I buy a present for someone? And I didn't buy anything. And then when I went back again, there was hardly anything available, but this was one of them. It's from some New Zealand company called Pukeko something or other. That's our bird. Anyway, so I got the hat for me for Christmas from me.
Well, it is a lovely hat. I should have to see
it's a great story, isn't it? What a story.
You've got a million of them, don't you?
That caliber.
Once that rises to the level of the story, man, what a story. Let me tell you a story about... I thought I had something in my teeth, and then I brushed them. That's a great story, isn't it?
Okay, I just want to say thanks, Rich to Chooch, for giving the shout out to poached eggs. They are I love eggs, and poached are my favorite. They are
if you can manage
delicious.
it, I've never been able to.
I
can barely even hard boil an egg.
Okay.
I had to buy
a machine. Yeah,
you had to buy a
plastic machine. I was horrified. I'm like, what are you doing? So the secret with the poached eggs is, you know what I do? Treat them mean, man. I used to be, the water, and I'd put the tiny little bit of white vinegar in, and now just like I heat up a tiny amount of water, and you get the cup, and you break the eggs into the cup, and I had 2, and then you just pour them in, and then you have a slotted spoon, and you whirl them around a few times. I did bust one of them getting them out because I got greedy, and I thought I could get 2 out with one scoop spoon.
1 egg per spoon.
Yeah, one egg, everybody.
Scott, I like you made a delicious curried coconut sweet potato based soup with spinach and bell peppers.
Oh, I make that one.
Do you? Yes, you do. Of course you do.
Maybe, is it curried coconut? My one's sweet potatoes, and then it has lentils in it. Does your one have lentils? And mine doesn't have bell peppers, actually. It has hot peppers. But that's one of the soups I'm thinking, don't you want to hold hands?
I've got a bit of an owie on this hand, so you were just squeezing me right on my little scabby bit.
Well, don't... Yeah, careful. Yeah, I'll be careful if you scabby, but darling, that's how much I love you. I'll be careful.
I grazed my knuckle taking down the sunshade by myself in the wind.
Well, you could have said you needed me. I've got one of those little scabbies. Oh, maybe it's healed. It seemed like it was around forever, and it was bugging me because it was tiny but quite hurty.
What a show!
Yeah, we have elevated it to the level of absolutely fascinating today, haven't we?
Oh, here's a good story. Dave's got a good story. Found some Porsche parts for a project from a guy in Cincinnati. Met him at Costco for the shady deal. That sounds good. And then you can also pick up a giant block of cheese while you're there. Because nothing goes better with car fixing than cheese. Well, cheese goes with everything.
Yeah, you love cheese, yeah. Beth had a dream that it was last night that I was funny anymore, that I wasn't funny anymore. I'm actually not funny at all. Hi, Belinda. Oh, yeah. Beth, I'm sure you have your moments. Come on.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Sorry.
I'm trying to read the newest comments. You're trying to go to the old comments.
I don't know what it is. What's wrong with me?
picking up some Chinese food from Fat Dragon. Why don't you pick up some Chinese food from Fat Dragon?
Yeah, why don't I? Do we have a Fat Dragon?
No, but we have some Chinese restaurant near here, don't we?
We do. We're having outdoor dining opening again tomorrow, which is hilarious because it's going to be raining, and you know that they're going to go absolutely nuts with wanting to, be open because they can. I don't know, how many weeks have we been shut? Anyway, California feels a little bit schizophrenic. We're shutting, we're opening, we've got lots of cases. Oh, now we can know that 10% is down and the, ICU's a little bit down and, deaths are the same, but you can go out and eat at a restaurant if you're outside. I don't know.
Gary says if you stir the hot water to create a vortex, then dump the egg in the middle, it'll form a nice poached egg.
Oh, Gary.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
You got to get your vortex going.
Yeah, my vortex. I've got to work. Yes, I have got to really work on my vortex. Yeah, that's what I have to do. God,
Will said,
that's how I'm letting the side down. Not enough vortex work.
Rich makes a good point. No one wants food from Skinny Dragon.
Yeah, what about medium-sized dragon?
Just right, Goldilocks Dragon.
Yeah, Goldilocks. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yes, I enjoyed my meal at Goldilocks Dragon.
Not too thin.
Oh, and the portions are the right size too.
Yes, not too big, not too little.
The chairs are super comfy.
Not too soft, not too hard.
The waitress, just the right amount of sexy.
Yeah, exactly. Not what would be not Pamela Anderson sexy.
No, she's a bit too sexy.
Oh yeah, exactly. Not Pamela Anderson sexy.
I'm going to ask you a question
now.
Maybe
between Pamela Anderson and Melania Trump. Maybe some. What do you guys think about those as some parameters?
Those are so close together. There's not a lot of room between them.
Come on, no, because Jen thinks that Melania is freaking gorgeous, and then. But a friend of mine who did a movie with Pamela said it was just nice when she came in the morning and had no makeup on. That's when she really looked her best.
What would you miss most about your home if you moved?
You.
That is the right answer. That was going to be my answer.
Oh, look, well guys, we're in sync. Where is the marriage at, guys?
You know what?
You tell us.
You're
watching it.
Because I'm not moving. I'm not moving.
Yeah. And Jake said, and... Okay, so you tell us, you give us the score out of 10 where the marriage is at, okay, guys? Because you're watching it, we're just being in it. So I think you've got a better version of it. Scabby bits to your soup, folks. Oh, Andrew, he's telling you not to, Jake's not going to put his scab in the soup inadvertently because he did make some beautiful butternut squash soup for us. Oh,
Scott is saying he just ordered some fingerless gloves to maybe play music outside at a brewery next month. Wow, Scott. Well, that sounds exciting. And you're in Sacramento, is that right? I should send. I've got a buddy who's a musician in Sacramento. I should send him out to see you. He's also a psychologist. Who isn't?
God, we are getting some... Oh, Jen, I just mentioned you. Did you hear it?
Marriage is 11, 12.
12.
People are putting it right up there.
Wow, we are, 17, Laura says. God,
Jen's
17.
sorry she's late.
Yeah, I think
Let me take your temperature.
My head would be exploding if our marriage
My
was at
temperature
17.
was a bit up yesterday.
Was it?
98.6. You're at 98.6.
Well, that thing is a load of junk, and we know it. I want to fire that thermometer, 97.7.
There we
okay,
go.
now go for me again.
It still says you're 98.6.
Well, good. That's what I'm supposed to be. I like to be 98.6.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, it's a tard, that thing. It's a mutant. It doesn't
Keys and Uma are having Chongqing mala beef. That sounds good to me.
Gosh, that does sound good. Anything that I didn't have to make, I would be into for dinner.
Oh, if you would eat Chongqing mala beef, I would go out and get it.
I know, but I don't eat the beef, so sorry about that. You've got a beef with... you were mentioned, Jen, in a couple of ways, actually, I mentioned Jen. And we were talking about sexy, and the parameters were Melania, Trump at one end, and Pamela at the other. Pamela's too sexy for Jake, and Melania's too sexy
there,
for you.
Even though you have never seen her.
I have seen Jen. We're linked in.
Okay,
we're connected
of course.
on LinkedIn.
All right.
I was talking about the waitress story, the parameters, but Jen, you just slot right in there. That's good. That's good. And
Mary says we're great together. That's lucky for us, isn't it? Because you're around all the effing time.
I know. And the thing that's hilarious is we're
married.
around all the time. And then Jake is really complaining during the coronavirus that he doesn't get to see enough of me. It's because I've snuck up to the front house to have some me time where I can...
I'm over in the middle of my half of the bed, and every time I wake up, you're me, and I'm doing my impression of you.
It's such a lie. Oh my God. So I do this thing in the bed where I test on either side. I'm like, oh, I am so close to my edge and falling off. And that guy, we have a California king, guys. We have a big bed. We have our own separate comforters so we can be now to really keep me in my own division.
I'm bringing up a piece of wood to put in the middle.
Oh, yuck. That's going to be so not romantic. The marriage will never be at a 17 again. If you put a piece of wood in the middle of our bed, I had a friend to do that with his daughters in the back seat of the car because the older one was going to murder the little one.
I'm not going to put a piece of wood between us in the bed.
God.
If anyone's going to do that, it's going to be you.
Yeah, when you're dead and it's a coffin and I just want to have you lying there dead beside me for as long as possible.
Sometimes I think you feel like I'm a little bit handsy.
A little bit.
Fun meters at the maximum today.
No, we have to tell them the story. So we were watching Dr. Strangelove, you know how I learned to stop worrying and love the bomb last night. And there's this bit where Bucky Turchson, he's funny. George C. Scott he's got it, his girlfriend is there and she answers the telephone, in a great is it made in the 60s or 50s? But she's got a really fantastic 60s, 50-ish looking bikini on that's got a little sort of box pleated skirt. Well, they're
in their hotel room and I think they say it's 2 or 3 in the morning.
And she's under a sun lamp. That's why she's wearing it. She's got sunglasses on.
Well, as you do at 2 in the morning in a hotel room. And she's obviously also his secretary.
Yeah, and she's really into sex, and so's he. But when
do you want me to do the line, what he says?
Yeah. So anyway, they're talking, and she's
all
up
that he's got to go to the war room.
To the war room, yeah. And she's saying to him, please don't go, don't leave me.
You just start your countdown, sweetheart, and I'll be home before you get to blast off.
That, ladies and gentlemen, this is quite a decent. That's the kind of shit Jake is doing all the time. Yeah. But he doesn't.
That's what I say when she's on her way to the grocery store.
But the thing about it is, you don't do it the way you just did it then. You do it more like you're 16. Do you want to do a take 2?
Oh, I feel like you're really jeopardizing how good things are going right now.
All right. Well, I'm not to insult you, but anyway, I love that movie. I love Peter Sellers. George C. Scott is so incredibly funny. I can't believe that he was usually just a tough guy in movies because he is hilarious. There's that one scene where he's across the war room and he's standing and he's just staring across, he's sort of trying to stare them down. Do you remember that bit? Oh my God, I just was laughing looking at him. And then Peter Sellers is the German engineer who can't keep his hand from wanting to do this.
Flavia says, let's get Jake a full-size teddy bear. I already have a jiu-jitsu dummy. But we don't need more things in the bed. Andrew, good question. Have we ever had a pet that slept in the bed with us? No, we haven't.
Jake is allergic to the
There were moments
responsibility of pets.
when we first got married and you had a dog and there was discussion about it, but I can't have the dog in the bed.
My dog, Frankie, used to sleep on the bed, and then once I got together with Jake, then that had to be over. And we haven't been able to have a dog since, because Jake is allergic to the responsibility and the hair of pets. We have a bunny, and you've seen the bunny. I could go get her now if you want to see the bunny.
No.
You couldn't have the bunny sleeping in bed with you because she's a bloody nuisance. Sweet, beautiful,
and
soft.
bitey. She gets bitey.
You know, this is so our bunny, and I know I've said this before on the show. So she got abandoned at the pet store when she was little, so she didn't have the proper amount of socializing. So with a bunny, if you pet their nose, which they love, and it will sort of hypnotize them, afterwards the reciprocity that they will show you is they'll give you a little lick. Well, our bunny never learned about a nice little lick, so she gives you a nice little bite when she wants some attention. She comes up to me and she gives me a little like nip to let me know, and I'm like, well, I wish you'd give me a lick.
I've got another little scabby. I had a little cut on my finger, and so now there's a little flap of hard skin there, and I rub it against my nose, and it scratches the crap out. It hurt.
Oh, that's like the hanky,
the booger scratch.
The booger scratch. Yeah. Tell them about that. That's a story. That's a one in a million.
You get your hanky out, and you've got something in there that was in there from before that's hardened up, and you can give yourself quite a scratch on the face.
Yeah, Jake had one on the side of his nose once. I was like, "What is that?"
And I go,
Jake goes, "It's a booger scratch, a dried booger scratch. Very not sexy, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Very not sexy."
Okay. Hello, ladies. Dave punched a girlfriend in the face once when he was sleeping. Woke up and thought it was the cat.
Oh, wow.
You shouldn't be punching the cat either, I don't think, but...
yeah.
Oh, well.
Yes, you're right, Keys. No fighting in the war room. That was a very funny line.
No fighting in the war room.
Yeah.
You're not going to let him in here. This is the war room. It was quite good. Still holds up, and it's free on Amazon Prime.
And then when Slim Pickens is riding the bomb down, you know, because I remember that bit. Oh, I mean, I remember lots of bits of it, and I haven't seen it in yonks, so...
James Earl Jones is a young man.
Yes, I know. Young and handsome and in a helmet.
Yes, I think I'm going to get a helmet.
Yeah, please do.
I have a helmet. I have a couple of helmets.
That gold helmet, when you put
like
that on to go on the bike helmet,
don't you?
Well, we should have taken a photo of you because you did have, your outfit was quite ridiculous. You had a gold helmet, an orange jacket, and then you've got your skinny biking legging things, and you've got shorts over top of that, and I was like, who is that weirdo out there? Oh, it's my husband.
I get my share of action.
Don't I know it? I am your share of action.
Yeah, you're my share of action.
Yeah, this is it right here. I know what So the thing that happened on our bike ride, we went to this coffee shop, you know, total designer coffee shop in Culver City.
Oh, that's a bit.
Oh, but Naughty saying the name?
Well, no, but no, you didn't say the name, I don't think.
I did. I loved it. I absolutely loved what I got.
Culver City.
It just was expensive.
Destroyer. Oh, that place can go F itself.
No, it cannot.
A.
I thought the stuff there was delicious, but it was ridiculous.
Did not care for it.
Ridiculously expensive.
One thumbs up on Destroyer and one thumbs down on Destroyer.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and the truth is I make that turmeric ginger latte, and it's a little more, I make it with the real roots, the ginger and the turmeric root. I don't use a tea bag. That is for, beginners. That's for your novice tea makers. Am I a little bit too critical, do you think?
Yeah.
You said no.
Keys is laughing about when they open the survival box in the plane and there's a gun inside and condoms.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you land behind enemy lines. You don't know if you're going to have to kill somebody or have sex with them. But if you're having sex in wartime, you don't want to have a baby.
Okay, so that's super interesting because the original line mentioned the night and you could have a good night in Dallas with this kit, but they had to change the line because it was just after Kennedy was shot in Dallas. But it actually makes more sense to say Vegas. Doesn't it?
Well, I mean, any city would work. Vegas is actually...
Too on the nose?
Yeah, well, I sort of feel like all that stuff is easily available in Vegas. I feel like you could have a good night in Detroit with this or a good night in Minneapolis, or I mean, it's funnier to go with one of your second tier cities. Sorry, Detroit.
Yeah, but that was really funny. They had the chewing gum, yes, the condoms. They had some gold, some rubles.
Evidently Dave has got some terrible cats, but you have a nice pair of pants. I know that about you nowadays. Would you like to play a solo on the fart machine, Jerry?
Are you going to show us a picture of the cats? Because you're telling us about the cats, but I'm thinking we're supposed to be able to see them. These two are not cats. They're part raccoon, part Satan.
Oh, are
the
they
ex
Maine
blessed him with these devil spawn. Are they Yeah, what kind of cats are they?
The Maine Coon cats look a bit red. Really? I did ask you to play a solo.
I know. I did play a solo. There were no farts in Dr. Strangelove. Oh my God! The other guy who's really good is the guy who starts the the nuclear Sterling Hayden, and we watched him the other day. There's a little thing of him on YouTube talking about when he had to do the speech about bodily fluids, and he's kind of going a bit nutty. And what did he say? 48 takes or something.
Yeah.
I mean, Kubrick just kept on, and he couldn't get it. And then
he likes a lot of takes, though, Stanley Kubrick, or he did.
Yeah. With Eyes Wide Shut, I think it was just one take for everything, and then it was over.
I only like a few takes. You like a lot of takes.
I like a lot of takes, but I don't like a lot of takes when it comes to editing. But we did need to do a lot of takes for our secret project yesterday for
whatever. Where you're out there getting your finally getting your own TV show.
Yeah. I know, it's so funny. I've quit this business.
That'll be tough. That'll be tough on this show. The daily briefing will be a little bit tough because Belinda will be at work at her real show, getting us health insurance. Oh, not that this show is not a real show.
This is a real show.
Yes.
This is our real show.
Excuse me.
Yeah, someone's having a hard... Oh, so Jen's saying, don't suffer, get rid of the cats.
There's a lot of chat about Dave's terrible cats.
Yeah, look, if you're not into the cats...
This is an intervention, Dave.
Yeah, you're having... It's a kitty cat intervention. With a fart.
His son loves them. Well, I don't know how old your son is, Dave, but he may be old enough to strike out on his own with a couple of cats.
Yeah, exactly. Get the cats in an apartment and put your son in there with them.
You like the cats so much. They live across town now, son. Yeah. And that's where all your stuff is.
Get them a...
And that's your marriage counseling episode for today. Get your son a dog.
Take care of the cats.
Yeah, Laura, this is a real show, but there's not enough hours to qualify for benefits. No, this would be enough. If this was a real SAG show, we'd be getting health insurance.
Yeah, we'd be definitely 5 days a week. Are you kidding? Half an hour?
Definitely working non-union.
Yeah, yeah. We've gone outside our SAG contracts, that's for sure. Yeah, don't tell SAG what we're doing because they'll want in on the action. SAG has just taken a big poo on everybody because they completely changed the health insurance, so people are just out of their minds because you usually get to a certain age and then you're going to have health insurance forever, and that's gone. Bye bye. You have to still be running around doing commercials when you're 93. My grandmother was 102 yesterday, everybody, and I would love to show you a picture of her, but it's on my computer, so I could put it in the chat.
You could post it in the
I should.
In the group chat.
It's very sweet. She's wearing this red, sort of a rosy pink dress.
And it was just yesterday on her birthday. This photo was taken.
And Jim took a photo of her.
And it's summer in New Zealand, isn't that nice?
And it's summer in New Zealand.
Oh, and they're all the Kiwis are all going on vacation all over New Zealand.
That means my uncle is 81. That means Jim is 81 because 81 because Gran had him on her 21st birthday. Now she's 102. Yeah, New Zealanders are going on tours. They're going on tours of the South Island, golf tours of New Zealand because they can't travel to other places and no one's allowed to go there. So now New Zealanders are going crazy with traveling around New Zealand. And
I'm on a vacation tour of our house. Sometimes I'm in the living room, sometimes I'm in the bedroom. I put on another outfit, come out here to the office.
Jake has still not given me my briefing on what we're going on what our camping/tent option is going to be. Remember, we're supposed to be talking about this for weeks.
Yeah, well, we have had a big talk today with the architects and a big talk about the fireplace.
Yeah, we're having
So maybe you need to cool it and save something for Second Friday or Real Friday, as some people call it. Yeah, how about that?
Like what?
Like a conversation about a camping vehicle.
I know.
Moron.
That was a joke. I know what you meant.
I know.
Hello, takes one to know one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm going to give that right back to you. I'm not taking that.
Michael says,
he was hoping you'd be a Randy Bugger.
Yes,
Yeah, blast off. Oh, my God. I mean... When George C. Scott, when Bucky Turgison says the line in the movie, I'm sort of like, oh.
Laura says they have a Burning Man event in New Zealand this weekend.
Oh, God.
And she's participating on Zoom. I'd like to. We could call James up and ask about the New Zealand Burning Man.
Yeah.
Could you put the
Warner
link?
will be going to.
Put the link in the group chat, Laura, and we'll all go to Burning Man this weekend in New Zealand. That sounds great. Well, in the fireplace, Mary, our plan, as Lady Jerry is done with fires. Actually, you can't build a house with a wood fireplace here in the Southland in LA anymore because of the pollutants. So our fireplace, our house was built
19 years ago.
Yeah, 18 years ago, was one of the last where you could build a wood fireplace. And we don't really use it that often. And so we're going to take out the wood fireplace and put in. We had been using it quite often in the winter.
Years
time,
ago.
but not for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And so we're going to put in a gas. It already has a gas burner to help you light the fire, but we're going to put in a nicer gas burner and some sand and some big stone balls in there so we can look
Jake loves stone balls.
Oh God, I'm probably going to be, forget about a dog. I'm going to be sleeping with a hot stone ball.
Where are you going to put it?
Where do you think?
Yeah, well, I know where. Where do you think he's going to put it, you lot? That's a question for you. So we're having the fireplace, groovified, and we're trying to do some.
Ben Queller is putting together a Zoom event tonight with complete with free bourbon. I don't know how that works. I haven't got a bourbon nozzle on my iPad. Not a great idea having any kind of burning festival anywhere near Australia. Andrew, Australia is 1,000 miles from New Zealand at its closest point.
Yeah, 3 hours in a big jet between the two countries.
So to have a Burning Man festival in New Zealand would be like, hey, you can't have a burning festival anywhere near LA, but you're in Chicago, so forget it. Or maybe that's a little further. Something like that. Come on, I don't have all day.
Because it probably would be Chicago because it's not in its...
Well, but that's from the points where they touch. From city to city, it might be that far. From Auckland to Sydney or Brizzy, as they call it.
Sydney or Brizzy. I just had a friend get back from Brizzy. Oh, she's been back a month. Very happy to be home.
Keys has already been out today to pick up the bourbon. Yep, I haven't picked up the bourbon. Okay,
seize it.
It's time for Seize the Day.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'd also like to have the pen to mark that I've done this Seize the Day while I'm reading it.
And should we have a fart as well?
Yeah. The fart is a good one for today's Seize the Day, and this is solid advice. Please don't.
It stopped.
Yeah, well, good.
Oh, have I run the battery out? Have I been so...
No, I just turned it off.
Oh.
If you see a toilet in your dream... do not use it. That's some solid advice.
Rachel, where'd you get that one? That one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was something I was thinking about a dream the other day. Was I having a dream and I woke up and I thought it was real or I knew... Oh, anyway, that's not a good story. That's not one of my $1 million stories. That's a shit story.
We'll see you all tomorrow for more shit stories.
Yeah. Our specialty. We take a story and we tank it. That's what we do, right?
Take all the meat and bones out of it, so it's just fat.
Yeah, just a little bit of gristle. There's your story. Just a little bit of,
you guys have a great night. We'll see you on Real Friday tomorrow. Meantime, don't give up.